Welcome to today's session. So we continue looking at the 2022 GCE Mathematics Paper 2. So today we are looking at question 7 from section B, where we are expected to choose 4 questions out of 6 questions. So the question reads, answer the all of this question on a sheet of plain paper. Mapulanga plans to buy planks of type A and type B for a sale at his hardware shop. He has to buy 80 planks altogether. The number of type B planks should not be more than 3 times that of type A. He decides to buy at least 10 planks of type A and at least 20 planks of type B. Given that X represents the number of planks of type A and Y the number of planks of type B, write for inequalities which represent the above conditions. So this question is normally a giveaway question. If you just understand and follow me clearly on how I answer this question, you will not have problems. You are assured of 12 marks. So let us break down this question. So what we know is, what we've been told is, let X, so X basically, let X be type A planks, then Y be type B planks. So from X, this, then we have Y, then B from there. Then let us now start reading the question. Say, Mapulanga plans to buy type A and type B for sale, okay, type A, type B of planks for sale at his hardware shop. So he has to buy 80 planks all together. So in total, he can buy at maximum 80 together. Okay, so what that tells us is, if type A, which is X, we add with type Y, these, okay, we put a box there, 80. So if it's equals, it's 80. Okay, meaning is used exactly the budget, but he has options. He can buy 80 or less than 80 according to the sources. So he has to buy altogether 80. So 80 should be our maximum. So hence we are saying, when we add type A planks, which is X, and type B planks, we should get at maximum 80. Hence we are saying X plus Y should be less or equal to 80. So this is the first inequality. So remember, we are tackling question A. Then we proceed. The number of type B planks should not be more than 3 times type A. So again, let us do this relationship. So we are saying the number of type B. So type B is Y. Okay, type B is Y. Then we have a box there. Then what we are saying, it should not be more than 3 times type A. So type A, so 3 multiplied by type A, which is X. So now, what we are getting should not be more than 3 times type A. So should not be more than, so meaning at that point where they are equal is the maximum, should be not more than, meaning should be at most equal to or less. So that case we have this. Then I can remove what we need to put in this box. So we have Y should be less or equal to 3 multiplied by X. So meaning if X is 1, Y will be 3. If X is equal to 2, it will be 2 times 3, which is 6. So Y should be not more than 6. That's what it implies. Great. Let us move forward. Then it decides to buy at least 10 planks of type A. So at least means that's a minimum. At most, that means that's the highest. Okay, so understand the language. So we have in this question, you need just to understand what at most means. and at least. These are the languages that are used. So at least is the max, at least is the minimum, the lowest starting point. At most is the highest, the cap. You can't go beyond that. Okay? So we are saying he decides to buy at least 10 planks of type A. So what is type A? Is X. So X, in this case, X should be at least, should start from 10. So meaning the minimum is 10. He can't buy lower than 10. So at least means 10 is the starting point. So 10 is included. So you say more than 10, so 10 is not included. Less than 10, 10 is not included. Okay? And lastly, at least 20 planks of type B. So number 4, we are saying y should be at least, again, is a starting point. So y should be at least, so y should be at least 20. So y should be 20 or greater than. So basically, these are the 4 inequalities that were asked to derive. So out of 12, we would have gotten these 4 marks. Let us go to B. Using a scale of 2 cm to 10 units on both x-axis from 0 to 8, shade the unwanted region to indicate clearly the region where x, y must lie. So what we know from here is, let us start these, plotting these on our graphs. So I'll be alternating between 2. So the graph will look like that. So let us start with x is at least equal to 10. So x is greater or equal to 10. So when we come to this graph, x is greater than or equal to 10, we have already plotted this graph. So what we know is along the x-axis, which is this one, then this is the y-axis. So x should start from 10, going this direction. So hence we had to draw this line. You've seen this line. We draw this line. Then we shade this region. Okay, this is the shaded region. Okay. Then, when we come to y should be at least greater or equal to 20. Greater than or equal to 20. So, we come along the y-axis. This is the 20 line. Then, greater or equal to 20 is above. So, it's this region. The unwanted region. So, the above region is what we want. Then, remember, y is greater or equal to 10, so 20. So 20 is the minimum point. So this is a straight line. So it's along the y-axis, changing when y is maintained. Then, when we come now to this one, okay? So what this one tells us, the starting point is where x plus y is equal to 80. Okay? This is the minimum point, the maximum point, where these odds, okay, at least the equal part. So what it tells us, when y is equal to 0, we put 0 here, x automatically becomes 80, because it will be x plus 0 is equal to 80. Similarly, when x is equal to 0, it will be 0 plus y, which is y, is equal to 80. So when x is equal to 0, y becomes 80. So hence we have a line passing through. This is 80, which is, we have 0, 80 and 80, 0. So this line will be straight line passing at 80 and 80, like this. And this is basically the line you are seeing here. So at this point, when x is equal to 0, which is 0, 0 here, y is equal to 80. Similarly, when y is equal to 0 along the x-axis, x is equal to 80. So joining this line, we have this line which is basically that line. But the equation is such a way that 80 is the maximum. When you add x and y, should not go above 80. So the unwanted region is basically this region above. This is the unwanted region. Then let us move to the last part. So the last part is telling us this equation, y should be less than 3 times x. So the solid line is where y is equal to 3 times x. So what it tells us is when y is equal to 0, when x is equal to 0, y will also be 0. So we have 0, 0 starting from the origin. Then let us say when x is equal to 10, what will be y? So we put 10 here, 10 times 3 is 30. So when x is equal to 10, y will be 30. Okay? Then lastly, when x is equal to say 20, y will be 3 times 20, which is 60. So we join these lines to form a straight line. So you start from here, then 10, 30, then 10, 20, 60. So when we join this line, we get this line. Now this line, we are saying this side, when you get this side, we have 40y, then we have x20. So when we put in this equation 3x, we put what? X is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. Okay? So when x is equal to 20, y is supposed to be 60. Okay? Y is supposed to be 60. But we want the region where y should not be more than that. Y should not be more than 3 times x. So at this point, if we pick a region above this line along the 20, what it means is this side y is greater than 3 times x, but it should be less than. So this region is unwanted. So the region that we want is basically now what remains up to here. Remember, this is also unwanted up to. So this is the wanted region that we are talking about. Great. So basically, this is how you get another 4 marks. 4 plus 4 will remain with we have 8 out of 12. So let us look at C. C, the profit on each type of a plank is 30,000 kwacha. On each type of plank B is 20,000 kwacha. Then find the number of each type you can buy to make maximum profit. So now each time this question comes, each time you have to find the maximum profit, you need to think of it of the extreme point. So which coordinate, which combination would give you the maximum? So we have the profit function, which is given by, for type plank A, which is x, is 20, 30 times x. X is the number of type A planks. Then plus type B, for each plank it makes 20. So it's 20 times y. So this is the profit function. So we know at the origin they are all 0. So it will be 0 times 30 times 0 plus 2, 20 times 0, which is 0. So at this point, 0 at the origin. The profit, there is no profit at all. It's 0. Okay? So it's 0. Okay. Then, if we choose to get this combination at this corner, okay, at this corner we have this combination, at this corner which is x is 20, then y is 20, x is 60. So what will be the profit? So the profit one will be basically 30 times x. What is x? X is 60 plus what is y here? So y we have, it will be 20 times the value of y. The value of y here at this point, the value of y is 20. So it will be 20 times 20. So 30 times 60 is 1,800 plus 20 times 20. So we have 1,800 plus 20 times 20, which is 400. We end up with basically a 2,200 kwacha as profit. So that's the first extreme. The next extreme, we know that when we are at this point, the value, okay, when we are at this point, when we are at this point, we have x is 10, y is 20. So along that line, the profit number 2 will be basically x is 20, so it will be 30 times x is 10 plus y is 20 times 20. So we end up with basically 300 plus 400, which is basically equal to 700 kwacha, which is way less than the 2,200. So this one is ruled out. Okay, then we come to this point. Okay, this point. So this point we have 60, 20. So what will be the profit? We'll call it profit number 3. So it will be basically 20, 30 multiplied by 20, okay, plus 20 multiplied by 60. So we end up with 600 plus 1,200. When we add this, we are just getting 1,800 as profit in number 3. So at this point, remember at this point, this is 20, this is 20, 60. Okay, then here this is 60, 20. Okay, for profit 1. Okay, then this one is this end. Okay, let us look at number 4, profit number 4, where we can look at a point somewhere here in between, this point in between here, where they are all equal. We have 40, 40, so we have 30 times 40, which is x is 40, then plus we have 20 multiplied by 40. So we are getting a 1,200 plus 800. Okay, 800. When we add this, we are ending up with basically a 2,000 kwacha. So here you can see from here that the maximum is profit case 1, where we buy 60 of x, then 20 of y. So it's at this point. So this is at the point of maximum profit. Okay, and at that maximum profit, the number of, so x is equal to 60, then y is equal to 20. So type A 60 planks, then type B 20 planks. Maximum profit, so maximum profit is basically 2,200. So 2,200 is our maximum profit. Okay, our maximum profit. So basically this is how you deal with this kind of a question.